Ever heard of the saying, any old bag will do? Have you ever wondered why people carry around so much random stuff in their bags? Well, to answer this question, you really need to look more at what's inside that bag and how it represents the carrier. Someone might carry a tube of lip gloss to represent maybe they're going on a date that night. Maybe they're dressing up and being a girly girl. Someone might carry a combat knife on the other opposite end of the spectrum. This might represent their desire for hunting, or maybe even fishing. Well, in my design a print bag, I carry a golfer statue, a cross, and an apple. These things may be very random to you right now, but I will explain later how they represent my past, my present, and my future. To start with, I carry a golfer statue. It is little, it is very tall, but even though tiny, it means a lot to me. The golfer statue represents the love of my past to play golf. It took up much of my time. I played for many years and put many hours of practice into it. The mid-swing represents balance and the practice it went into it. The mid-swing determines where the ball will go. Either left, right, which is what usually happened with me, or straight, which is what you desire. The golfer's mid-swing is the most important aspect, personally speaking. It is what I practice most. Now, as you can tell, there are some written things on the statue. Let me give you a closer look. It says my name, and yes, it says second place. But it's a very proud moment of my life. It was my first statue. It was in a tournament where 20 schools of girls played. Yes, that is 20 different schools around Alabama. It showed my pride and my practice I put into it. Anyways, that's enough of the past. Now I'll transition from a golf statue to something I wear every day. Something that means a lot to me. It represents my present day life. And it represents many of Americans and even people around the world present day lives. It's the shape of a cross. I wear it as a bracelet. Necklaces, I can usually only wear one at a time. But this, it doesn't seem to get beat up as often. I carry it in this bag, but the bag will come later. For the cross, it shows my strong beliefs. I like my everyday life to follow the teachings and the beliefs of Jesus. The cross represents him in my daily life, and that's why I wear it. It represents that no matter how many or how hard it gets, how many troubles I have, that he's there for me. He'll lift the burdens from me, like he did at his cross. According to the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 24, he's taking upon yourself and denying yourself, you take upon your own cross. It represents that no matter how heavy the burden is, like I said earlier, that he will carry the cross for you. Another verse that follows along the same values as mentioned above talks about how 3 people seem to want to deny themselves and take up their own cross, but when tested further, it didn't fall through. They were not able to deny themselves fully, only partially. Also, another thing I like about the cross is it's a witness for others. The cross represents a certain way of life. And to me, I need to show kindness and love to others, like Jesus would. And it represents all my actions in the present day. I need to be willing to forgive others, even if they're not willing to forgive themselves. This is following Christ's example, and thus, the cross. For my third thing, I will transition from a cross to an apple. Have you ever heard of the saying, an apple a day will keep the doctor away? Well, this has nothing to do with it. I just like that saying. It has a lot to do with apples. Yes, they are delicious, and they are red. And many eat it just to stay healthy instead of a chip snack. But for me, it represents my desire to be a teacher. I used to love give apples to my teachers whenever I was in kindergarten or in my younger years. My elementary school, say. A simple apple shows you this desire and love to teach others. I used to try to teach the other kids and have them play my students. But for now and for my future, it represents my dream to become a professor, hopefully at ECPI, if given the opportunity. I love the online aspect of the courses I'm attending now, and I have perfect attendance so far and would keep that attendance record for the sake of my students. After all the symbolic objects in this bag, including the present apple, what does the overall bag represent, you may be asking? What does a designer random print Coach bag have to do with anything? Well, it shows diversity in my life. It shows that I would like to be unique. I like to be well-rounded, and I like to start trends. I don't like to follow others, but if another is in a position of authority, I will respect them. However, this bag, even though simple sometimes, represents many things. Overall, it represents I want to be a leader. Although different, and all these items unique, these items will be with me always. Thank you.